Hi, good morning. This is future me coming in because I never did an intro for this because it was a spur of the moment idea. So this is a slump vlog. Basically, I forced myself to read, I think, 5 books to try to get out of a slump. And I am here to attest as a future me that I'm out of it. We're ready to go. We're ready to rumble. I have read 3 times the amount of books this month than I have last month, which wasn't hard to make happen because last month I read 2 books. So I guess the only thing else to say is enjoy the incoming. I always want to call the video clips like slides, like a PowerPoint. So enjoy the incoming clips. Dude. Okay, hear me out. I'm reading this book. It's not good. It's really not. It's really not. However, you know, I heard some snippets on TikTok and I was invested. I was interested. So I said, why not? And here we are. And I want to say I'm 60% of the book. And the only reason I'm here committed to the plot is because they have told everyone. Okay, let's backtrack. They're stepbrothers. Okay, I'm sorry. I've never read a stepbrother trope, and by that I mean they're both stepbrothers. They're gay. Well, one's bi. The other one is thinking he's bi. Maybe he's a little gay. He doesn't really know. I don't even know where I was going with this. They're bros. Oh, they've told everyone in this tiny town that they're bros. And now I'm here 60% in. The book's not good. Like, it's like a little cringe. But I need to know how, after informing the entire town that they both live in, that they are stepbrothers when nobody knew, how they're gonna get out of this. In the sense, like, what are the other town folk gonna say? Because also, dude, I just had to record this because it was diabolical. It was literally a line from this book. Surely, there's no greater shame than practically crawling through your phone screen to beg for your stepbrother's cock. I'm sorry. Sometimes you just gotta do things for your own plot of life. Here I am on a weekday night, just really spicing up my life, if one might say. Anyways, I gotta go. Lovely angle. I just need them to stop telling me before sex, after sex, in between sex, that they're bros. I just need them to stop reminding me, okay? I have been reminded every other page that they are stepbros. That's why I'm like, this book is not written well, because why do you have to continuously tell me you're stepbros? Why can't it just, I don't know, be like a periodic thing? I feel like every chapter you have informed me that you are legally bound by, like, the legal system. Contracts your parents signed. Oh, like, make it stop. Also, the second narrator, the sex scenes always happen in his chapters and not Teddy Hamilton's, and it pains me. It pains me because the other narrator is not good. We know Teddy Hamilton be narrating all the smutty books, and this other narrator, not great. I don't know who told him that how he makes the other character sound is sexy, but it makes him like sound like this. I don't know. It's ugh. And I don't really like his chapters. And again, I'm just here to find out what they're gonna do when everybody finds out that they're fucking each other. What's the town gonna say? Are they just gonna move away? They're about to be at a Halloween party together. And one of them's like, he's gonna pretend I don't exist and I can't handle it. And it's like, well, that would be odd because you've told everyone you're brothers. I don't know. Hi, good morning. So I was consulting with my roommate, and by consulting I mean informing them about the story that I was reading, and they informed me that the reason that they keep referring to the fact that they're stepbrothers is because some people are just really into that kink, and so it's for those people, which is not me, because it's bothering me, but that is why. So oops. But you know, I'm learning more about myself. I don't like a step sibling dynamic. However, I will finish this because I just need to know how we're going to navigate the entire tiny town, knowing that they're in a quote-unquote taboo relationship. Oh man, that's all I got. Alright, so I finished it. Here's the thing. We said I was doing it to see, I really wanted to see how they were going to get out of it being step-siblings. It's not even discussed. He tells people that he's with his step-bro, and they're like, that's cool, that's chill, whatevs. And, you know, in hindsight, I don't know why I thought it could be anything else. It's a contemporary romance, so of course everyone gets out scot-free. But I just thought someone would be like, pump the brakes, my man. Explain. Your stepbrother? You know, because he says that he explains it to his dad, and yet we don't actually see an actual explanation or the dad's genuine reaction. Everyone is just cool, which of course they would be. It's a contemporary romance, so that was silly of me to think it was going to go any other way. But I learned something about myself. So it's that I'm not super into the step-sibling trope / kink. Not into it, apparently, especially if they're going to continuously remind me that they're step-siblings. So, oh, and we all know I was just there for Teddy Hamilton, of course. And the other guy wasn't too bad, except for literally, he like was sounding like this the whole time. He was like real gruff. And then when it would come to like the smutty scenes, it'd be like, I don't know. It would make like Teddy Hamilton's character sound like, oh yeah. Just like, wasn't a good time. But make that deeper. It was horrible. It ruined it all. That killed the vibe. Then being like, oh God, my stepbro also killed the vibe. So, whatever. 'Twas a time. Now I'm thinking, because I'm so not in the reading mood to continuously force myself until I get into one. Also, I have about 10 books to make up my reading goal. So I think these two are on the docket next. This one is a musical romance, which I do find myself enjoying. It's an Irish pop star and a small girl from Texas? Something. I don't really know. Yes. But the whiplash of trading small town Texas for sold out stadiums is nothing compared to the rush performing with the enigmatic Thomas Patrick Halloran, poet, introvert, and lyrical genius. So there's that. But this one's giving a little bit of possibly like enemies to lovers. Forced proximity. She's supposed to be a pop singer, and I guess it doesn't turn out well, so she's got to go back to the res and work on her grandma's ranch, but there's a man who thinks she's nothing but trouble. But they have to team up together because obviously the ranch has to be in trouble, and then he realizes that maybe the trouble is not what he thought it would be. Absolutely no horsing around, but where's the fun in that? So I think these might be the next two. I'm thinking, how many pages is this? This is like 400. How many is this? 300? Yeah. I'm thinking this one. So, stay tuned. Stay tuned. Also, the book of the summer according to Lila Sage. Catching in the next. This way? Or that way? The next clip. Another day, another chapter. Dude, okay. What I want is background information on the characters. And enough with her awkwardness. Everything goes wrong all the time. She's so incredibly incompetent, but she's supposed to be a world-traveled musician and like actress. another update. I can't stand a homeschool biscuit without a backbone. I don't know what it is, but this book is like infuriating. Like truly. But yet, here we are. I have this much left. I will finish it. I will. I will. This is not helping with my slump. Like, at all. I'm just like, oh! I finished this. Oh no, my battery's supposed to die. I finished this like a day or two ago. Here's the thing. I think I realized I don't like fish out of water trope, which is what she explained is happening in the, like, note at the end of the book. Because how are you competent enough to perform, but you're not competent enough to, like, not trip over your own shoelaces or to walk? How also are you walking in a shoe without a shoelace? That is a whole, like, bit until he gives her a shoelace. You can't walk in a shoe that needs a shoelace. You tell me you found boots in the attic, but you refuse to put them on, so you put your dirty golden gooses on that only one has a shoelace. It's stuff like that that I was just like, not for me, babes. Their banter before they got, slight angle change. Anyways, their banter before they, like, agreed to, like, be friends, great, was the saving grace in the beginning. However, it just, you know, it was infuriating. The epilogue, though, I'm not mad at. Tell you what. It was, I think, them just at the wedding. Not their wedding. A wedding she agreed to, like, perform at. That's what I'm saying. You're performing, and yet, like, so it's not for me. And it was, like, infuriating. And the only reason I stuck it out is because I wanted and needed to know the backstories for everyone. And I was just like, okay, why are we all pissy with one another? Somebody tell me something. And we got it. I understand. I get it. I don't, honestly, I don't think it's enough to fully cut off people the way, well, for 20 years. But, you know, who am I? Who am I to say what's worth and what's not worth cutting family off, as I have family members who I have no contact with. But I'm just like, that's what you want no contact for? Like, I get it, and I'm like, you didn't want to pop in, resolve any of it? There had to have been more. This can't have been the only reason. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're telling me everything was fine until this one event, and then you said, no! Anyways, I think I might pivot, because everybody loves Kennedy Ryan. Is this in the middle of her interconnected standalones for the series? Yes. Am I setting myself up for disaster? Possibly. And not giving her a fair shot. But I really like the vibe of Henrik's. You know? She said, I'm a bad bitch. I don't have time for men. And then Maverick says, oh wait. But I do find you so attractive. What if I just pursued you? What if I just spoiled you? Maybe. So we'll see. So maybe this will be what gets me out of my slump. Because I also thought today was the 16th instead of the 9th, and I really thought my little novella was coming out, and I thought, perfect, I'll read that, and I'll definitely get out of a slump because I already love the world. No, that's next week. So, this is the next on the docket. Because I was like, this was music-based, and the other one is also music-based that I was going to read. I'm like, no. Or I could, you know, read a very sad book, The Emperor of Gladness, since it's due to the library in T-minus a week. Will I, won't I? Who knows? Not I, not you. No one will know. We'll see what strikes me. The, like, crux of being a mood reader, I wish I could really just, like, force feed myself books. And I can't. If I'm not in a mood, I'm not in a mood. And I read 2 books in August. I'm 9 books behind my reading goal. Which is better than this time last year. I think I was at like 14. So, you know, honestly, it gives real evidence to my summertime sadness. I'm like, yeah, you just fall off the train because I hate the summer. Hi, hey, hello. All right. Another day, another dollar. Here's the thing. Here's the books that I tried to read yesterday. 5 minutes of this, no go. 5 minutes of this, almost got me. Almost. 5 minutes of this. And 5 minutes of this. And I was not intrigued by any of them. So I decided that I would just read God of War. Which, if y'all don't know, is another book in the, like, Legacy of God series by Rena Kent. It's like the finale. It's a duet. I think it scratches my brain, and I was like, whatever. And I'm here. I got 14 chapters in last night. So, there's that. I just need to know why her memory is, like, not working. Obviously, Eli's not the bad guy, and I just, like, want to know. So, are we ready? I have had such a busy day. I edited 4 videos in the span of a singular workday, and I feel like for those people who are more advanced in editing, it may not sound like a lot, but 2 of them had over 2 hours of footage. And I've uploaded 2 of those, while the other 2 are edited exactly to where I can, like, hook things on. Because I finally figured out how people do that in Final Cut Pro, like, keep their projects up or, like, open or, like, available. Because I'm like, how do people, like, stay doing all these cool, neat vlogs? And it's because they, like, it has to do with, like, the library and the memory for Final Cut Pro. Anyways, I've been looking forward to reading this book all day. So, one could say I might possibly be out of my slump. We'll see, though. We'll see how I feel after this book. If I'm like, yeah, let's read another. Or if I'm like, fuck, let's read another. Okay, we're up to chapter 17. Here's the thing. There's obviously something wrong with her mentally. She's lost 2 years. And she knows she has hallucinations. And yet, the mailman character's like, I'm married to what society would call a mad woman, but I won't ever let her know it. What do you mean? You can't let her know that she has a mental illness? You don't want her to know that she has hallucinations? Is this helpful? I don't think that would be helpful. I'm not a certified mental health specialist, but I just feel like not knowing you have a mental illness would not help your recovery. You know? I don't know. Alright, so I finished God of War. Here's the thing. It was possibly enough to get me out of a slump, because I did go to Barnes & Noble today. I am interested in reading today. So maybe it did the job. But it wasn't great. Like, it was interesting enough that I was like, what is happening? I wanted to know why she had no memories, what he was hiding, what was going on. And I found out that, and it wasn't, like, yes, and. Like, oh, that's what it was, and, oh. And also, I realized I hate a miscommunication. I hate it. Talk to homies. Write each other letters. Send text messages. But could someone speak to somebody? Please. It was infuriating. Anyways, I think my favorite part was that she was just, I love a girly pop being a brat. It's my favorite. So, it might have worked. I think I might read one more book just to round it out, to really solidify me getting out of my slump. Because, oof, tough times. I went to Barnes & Noble, like I said earlier, and here's what I got. The Motorsport magazine for August. I was like, oop, where is it? Sometimes I think about really cutting up these magazines. Where is it? Hello? Hello? And making them into, like, wall size, like, hangings. Like, how awesome would that be to just put on your wall? Like, how cool. And then I'm like, but then I destroyed the magazine, and I'm like, are we reading these magazines? Kind of. But then I got Plus Size Player because I've been wanting this one. Like, I eyed it and I said no, and I put it up. And then every time I've gone to a bookstore, even to Book People, it hasn't been there. And then it was there today, and I said, okay, we gotta go. We gotta get it. This one is just about a girly pop who like likes to do multiple things, likes to have multiple men, and I guess her designated fun guy really wants to show her that he can be more than just the fun guy. And this one says, this banter not only has the best banter I've ever had the pleasure to read, it also has a perfect opening line. And the opening line is, my friends call you which one? I told Russ with a laugh. Solid. Intrigued me in the first page. Maybe this is it. I'm kind of pumped. And then something I had no interest in, but then I kept seeing it popped up on my TikTok a couple of times, was this author's, Hannah Boren Young's new book. I have read, which one is it? Where's her? I think I've read Next to You, the one where she paints a bus with her bestie, or like, not her bestie, I don't know, a guy, you know, and they fall in love. And I didn't know this was coming out. I don't even know what this is. So I picked it up and I said, oh, I see. Small town girly, introverted meets kind of outgoing wanderer, bad boy, tattooed. And what really got me is I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And I was like, not another Alzheimer's disease. I feel like I've read a lot of books where people have, their moms specifically, or grandmothers have lost their memories due to Alzheimer's. And it feels like it's gonna hurt my feelings. And then it says down here, especially once casual sex lessons begin at Prue's request. Oh, we're doing that trope. Sure. So I said, why not? So that's what I got. Finished that book. I think I might read one of those two. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Might read one of those two. Yeah. Because I'm like, well, if I'm itching to read, I should read what I'm itching to read to keep me from like slumping out again. So there's that. That's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. So I'll see you in the next clip. The banter is delicious, that's for sure. It's a good time. Here's the thing, this is how you do it. If you're gonna immediately be like smutty, this is how you do it. I was reading another book that was like a second chance romance, and it was, they gave me like no setup to the relationship, none other than like they would just say that their pastime was like great, and they were immediately like drenched and hard for one another by just like locking eyes across the room. And I'm sure that happens, but like if you don't give me anything, like it's just like, oh ew, it's like unnecessary. Like we don't need this. But if you're gonna start off with a little bit smutty, this is how you do it. This is wild. Tell you what, the banter good. Okay, I don't really know how this is gonna go though, because she's like already kind of dating him. So I'm just like, are they just gonna continue to do like, this is what's left of the book, they're already together, this is the rest of the book. So are they just gonna get closer and then break up and then get back together? They're already together and there's this much left. Her wit is sharp, her writing crisp, and her spice top tier. Yeah, so far I'd agree. Because it's like, it's not I'd like to know how this ends, but it's like, it's not a super interesting plot as of now. I'm like 170 pages in, which is like relatively, let's see, 12 out of 27 chapters. So she's like a fashion girly. I don't know what he does for work. She dates around. He's the fun one. Now he's her boyfriend. They're exclusive. We don't know what he does for work. He doesn't know what she does for work. So I'm just like, what's happening here? But also, I'm like not mad. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm out of my slump, because tell you what, this is like, I'm like, I sat down originally to force myself into reading like an hour ago, 2 hours ago. So, but here I am. So maybe I'm just in a space where one must force herself to read. Do you know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Like, anyways, I'm gonna get back to this. I don't know. I'm like, ugh, what are we doing? This much left and they're already together? I always complain they don't have enough on page time, on screen time. So maybe I'm about to get my wish. Who knows? We have this much left because they broke up. Alright, I think I left you guys annoyed, right? I like the halfway point with them breaking up. I was annoyed. I took a moment. I went on a dance break. I came back, I laid in bed and I said, well, let's get her done. And I read some more and I thought I should record myself, and then I thought, it's whatever. And I should have. I found myself really enjoying them not necessarily being together. So now, unfortunately, I am here, and we all know what happens here. And here's hoping that the third act conflict and or breakup is not annoying and makes sense for the couple, because this has been so surprising. Honestly, I'm so bummed. I mean, this book, I'm in a good mood. I just wish I was in a better mood when I started it, because I think I just would have eaten it up from the start. This is very much, this is also, I feel like I read smutty books, and I would say this is probably the perfect amount of smut for me. I'm eating it up, because they're for real. Back here, when Allie said they got great banter, oh, they do. I love it. So, I may pick up her other one, honestly. After this, pause, or don't pause. I have an anticipated release that came out. So, I have 90 minutes left of this one. So, I think I can get that done before bedtime and probably start this. And maybe stay up. There goes the AC. Anyways, this is book 2 to When Among Crows. And I'm so excited! Okay, let's get it done. Oh, is this the breakup? I feel like it is. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I hate this. Well, the third act conflict was merely a conflict. And we love to see it. We love to see it. And there was no epilogue, because I was fearful that the epilogue might have a trope in it that I can't stand. But there is no epilogue. Overall, honestly, surprised me. And it probably surprised me because I was in such a pissy mood when I started this. But that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Yeah. I believe I will be picking up Curvy Girl Summer. Actually, what is that one about? Let's Google. And by that I mean storygraph it. Boom, bada bing. If I click the, oh, actually what would have solved my problem is this is curvy number 2. Oh, curvy number 3 is up. All right. Well, that won't be till next year because this one just came out. So let's click Curvy Girl Summer. But for her family, the clock is ticking. After all, she's almost 30. And when they imply that her personality and her body might be too big to land a man, she lets them know they've gone too far, and her non-existent man loves her curves. Thank you very much. Now, she has 7 weeks to find the perfect boyfriend to rub in their faces at the big fancy birthday party celebration she's been planning. After her first blind date goes wrong, charming local bartender Ahmed Williamson consoles her with a drink and some playful banter. Aaliyah takes her up on the suggestion to use a dating app, but the more she sees of his warm, funny, and easygoing nature, the less she wants to check her DMs. Will her next swipe bring her closer to true love, or is her real match closer than she thinks? Excellent. What do you think book 3 is? Are you ready? You think there's... Although, honestly, this book being green upsets me. Big Girl Blitz. Oh my god, it's Jasmine! Jasmine Payne fled the small town of Chance the minute she graduated high school. But for 1 week every summer, she returns in order to spend time with her favorite person in the world, Aunt Addison. Amongst health issues, Aunt Addie encourages Jazz to open herself up to fun, new experiences. When Jazz arrives for her most recent trip, she finds that Aunt Addie's condition has taken a drastic turn. The thought of anything happening to her aunt, combined with the memories of her childhood and Chance, pushes Jasmine to take her mind off things. So when Lamar sits next to her at the local sports bar, he provides the distraction she needs. Jazz and Lamar click instantly. Their mutual love of football and their connection only grew from there. Being with him made all of her troubles, her divorce, Aunt Addie's illness, the drama and Chance disappear. But his real life consumes them. And Jazz returns to Maryland. The intimacy they share seems like a thing of the past. After 2 months apart, it will make sense that their initial spark wouldn't survive Jasmine's grief, Lamar's newfound popularity, and the pressures of perfection. Right? I needed this book to be orange, because look. Oh, is it going to show you? There we go. Purple. Oh, purple and, oh, it did away. Anyways, purple and orange, and then this one's freaking green. Ew. It's really upsetting me. Why couldn't they have, like, I don't know. Anyways, I probably will read book number 1. That was fun. And honestly, book 3 whenever it comes out, which will probably be next year. I need a break, and then we're gonna launch right in. And then I think this will be the last book, because I think at this point I've read 5 books. Have I? Or is this book 3 and this will be book 4? I don't know. We'll just see where we go. I'm in a better mood, so maybe this will be the end cap. But because I'm pumped, I'm excited. Let's go. We're back, fresh out the shower. Here's the thing. I think so far I've read 3 books. So I think I want to read 5 in this slump video because I'm still feeling slumpy. So here's book 4. What am I going to read for book 5, you ask? It's an excellent question. Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to read because I have a book that's not a book that's due to the library in like 4 days. So that will be the next one. But we're going to start with my anticipated release. I'm so excited. Okay. You ever are so excited about something that you're like, I don't want to read it. What if I hate it? That's how I currently feel right now. Like, what if we listen to it, I read the book, and I hate it? It would be such a bummer, wouldn't it? Oh my gosh, okay. Here we go. Oh, it's a full cast audio. All right. Well, I was gonna be like, damn, I should have read When Among Crows. I see the prologue caught me up a wee bit. Well, we're in for a journey. This book has me stressed. I had to read the back. Everything works out, but I am stressed. I am stressed. I literally just said out loud, oh shit. I'm stressed. I wonder if there's gonna be a 3rd book in this novella. series. My heart is racing, dude. It's racing! Dude, I can't. I fucking knew it. No. I finished it. And again, I'm left with, I want 100 pages more. Are we gonna get a third one? Are we gonna get a third one? Please, I beg you, a third one. And more, just a little bit more time with Nico and Demeter. Please. Please. I need a third one, Veronica. Please. I was also very sad that the book, they don't match. This was metallic or foiled on the first book and it's not. So I'm assuming that the book didn't do well and this was the only one at my Barnes & Noble. But I need another one. Please. Please, Tor, publish another one. Oh, it was just so good. I was stressed the whole time. It was a lot of tension. I didn't need it that. I was stressed for almost all, how many pages is this? 224. I didn't need that. I didn't need to be stressed. But I'll take it if that means I get another one. Please. It's just so good, dude. I love, that feels intense. I really enjoy Polish, Slavic, like, lore. The whole reason I started reading was because of the Witcher TV series, not the books, and then I read the books, and then if you know, you know. But like, that was Slavic lore. I got well into that. I think the only thing I didn't read out of The Witcher was like the very last book and then like the last set of stories. I've read When Among Crows. I've read To Clutch a Razor. I've also read Where the Dark Stands Still, which is about Leshies. And you know, for as much as I really enjoy these stories, I don't have that many books. Is The Treachery of Swans also Polish? I don't know. I just realized, I don't know, there's something about Baba Yaga, Leshies, Strigas, Leonas. I just always think it's wild too, because that's what you call the woman. If you're Mexican, you know. La Llorona. Except it's not La Llorona, it's just La Llorona. Here. Anyways, they're in there. I just want a third book. Please. Please. It's just so good. Anyways, okay, well, book 4 down. Good morning. We're watching qualifying. I thought real quick while it's red flagged that I would give you an update on this. Okay, this book, oop, I finished it last night, dude. Unhaul, first of all. I don't know what it was. Sometimes I guess I can do, I don't know, actually. I was pissed off the whole time. It felt very shallow. So shallow. They never talked about anything important. You're gonna tell me that he has all these things memorized about her and yet we don't see how he could know any of these things about her. Also, she's all in her head all of the time. I was just like, oh my god, you're writing a whole dissertation and yet you can't figure out how to tell someone that you're like romantically possibly interested in them, but also terrified. You can write and you're not like gonna use a different form of communication. I And then she realized, like, when she was doing her love confession that she could have written a letter. And I'm like, yeah, I was thinking the whole time. Do we not have cell phones? You don't know how to say the words out of your mouth, but you can write a whole dissertation. But we can't tell someone we care about them? I don't know. I just, like, sometimes I was like, maybe I just wasn't in the mood for it. Because I was like, I was so over her. And the only reason I finished it was just like, I'm behind on my reading goal. This audiobook is due in like 3 days back to the library. Just do it. And I'd already like soft DNF'd it, so I was already like 100 pages in when I started it yesterday. Ugh. But one good note of that is I finished this garland that I wanted to put on my bed, but I don't think it's gonna work. So we have to find this a home. But yes, I'm gonna go. Qualifying's back on. It's had like 2 red flags because Albon hit the wall and so did Nico Hulkenberg. We haven't even finished Q1 yet, so we love Baku's unpredictability. Actually, Baku's one of my favorite tracks, and here's hoping that it continues to be, although Albon is already out, so that is a bummer, to say the least. But we'll see how it goes, you know? Alright, now back to current me. This is the outro clip for this vlog. I hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, you know, live your best life. Formula 1 qualifying for Baku is done. It was banana beans for sure. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring, but I will be, unfortunately, waking up at 6 a.m. to see the opening lap. Hope you enjoyed, and if you didn't, live your best life. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.